times do you have to ship Sean Connery before it's a fandom, basically? And welcome to the stream, everyone. We've got
on that note, welcome to the stream.
Fantastic. Don't
Wait,
mind us. We're just
Connerby?
shipping James
I guess
Bond
it would be.
himself.
Could it be Connerby?
Connerby.
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 Ah.
I just found a little piece of chocolate on my desk from the chocolate chip cookie I was eating, and I got to eat it.
Hooray!
Fantastic.
Yeah, you really are a squirrel.
Non sequiturs.
But yes, welcome to the stream. We've got Alex. We've also got Jake.
Yes.
We'll get them to fight at some point. So.
We were just discussing that Seattle's Angels is going through its George Lazenby phase.
Yeah, absolutely. For the
Alex is
next,
going through his
30 seconds.
Wait, I can lose before my organs fail phase.
Yes.
This is the George Lazenby phase. It lasts about 30 seconds until we realize that there are other James Bonds.
We only get through one. We get what, one movie? Two? Did he do two or do one? I forget. I think it was just one.
He did one.
Yeah, it was just one.
And who was the other shit? Oh,
Pierce Brosnan.
No,
Pierce Brosnan was awesome.
Pierce Brosnan was awesome.
GoldenEye is still one of probably my favorite Bond movies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
GoldenEye is good. No one's debating that, but I will not defend Die Another Day.
No, no one will. No one will.
Fucking, was it who sang the Bond song for that one? It was,
Madonna, right?
Madonna, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, but I still think GoldenEye has the best Bond song ever.
Timothy Dalton. That's who I was thinking of. Sorry.
Timothy
There
Dalton.
you go.
He also sucked. He was. I watched whichever one he was in. Two, I think. He did Living Daylights and I don't know the other one, but I watched Living Daylights recently and was like, God, this is just the worst. It's so bad. It's not even fun. Oh God, it's like the most depressing Bond movie. Next to Die Another Day.
Next to Die Another Day, of course.
Everyone shit on Quantum of Solace, but but people forget that we came right off of Pierce Brosnan. I'll take Quantum of Solace.
See, here's the thing, though. I just recently watched
Doctor Who stuff, isn't it? Where it was like, oh man, David Tennant's the best, and fuck the other guy.
Yeah, I just recently watched Quantum of Solace again, and I liked it. I mean, other than the whole thing it was all about the water. It was a passable Bond movie.
No, I watched it again not that long ago. It's acceptable.
I've only watched it once, and I remember really struggling to follow it along, and I can't remember why. I don't remember an awful lot about it.
I will tell you why. It's because it's confusing, and it's not very clear. A lot of shit happens, and they don't really tell you why it's happening. And it's supposed to be like a mystery plot, but it's done in like the worst way. It's so.
What was the one that
very
came after
confusing.
Quantum of Solace?
That was Skyfall. That was like the best one in a long time.
Skyfall
one of the
was
best
pretty
Bond movies
decent.
ever.
Skyfall was pretty. I haven't seen the new one, which came out a couple of weekends ago.
The new one I've heard really mixed things about it. Some
Pretty
people think it's amazing. Some people are like, "This is the worst Bond we've ever had," and they're clearly dying.
Oh come on! Look, that's just like the people who say that the show Ponies has gone downhill since Lauren Faust left.
Yeah.
There's always going to be haters on something that's not the original.
People
there were critics
who
who
think
were really kind of feeling like they weren't really sure what to do with Bond, and they were just kind of flailing around trying to figure something out.
Well, I think I'm just gonna say I really enjoyed Skyfall overall, but I do think the bad guys plot was the jankiest shit. It relies on the London Underground running on time, and then when it runs on time, he has to blow it up in a certain way that it goes through a wall at a certain angle and helps him escape. It's just like, dude, it's the London Underground. They're on strike. I can guarantee that.
Well, you're assuming that British people
on their own magical schedule.
You're assuming that British people watch these movies, and they just don't.
Well, it's James Bond. Of course we watch it. He's British.
Hey,
you're not British. You're Scottish.
I'm not British. I'm Scottish. Scotland is no longer part of the British Isles. It's just sailed off.
Well, you were working on it at one point before you changed your minds.
Yeah, we were working on it, but that's mostly because England sucks. We just want to join the Scandinavians.
But Mel Gibson tried so hard.
Yeah. God fucking damn that movie.
I went to Scotland a while back.
I went to Scotland once. I can confirm Braveheart is accurate. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I went to I don't remember where it fucking was, but there was a statue of the Braveheart guy. I don't know his fucking real name.
William Wallace?
Point is, apparently they made him look like Mel Gibson because that's who people knew. It's like the most depressing shit ever.
Fucking horrifying! What the actual fuck?
Oh my gosh!
That is like the ultimate example of rewritten history.
Holy fuck, that's beautiful.
Mom, what is wrong with your country?
I'm
I
betting
remember
this was
seeing
Glasgow.
it.
Was this Glasgow?
I think so. Maybe.
I mean,
I
to be
remember-
fair, the idea that Glasgow let them put a fucking statue up in the first place and didn't tear it down is pretty
Here's the
amazing.
thing, there's one Glasgow statue. It's of a random dude on a horse in the centre of town. It has had a traffic cone on its head for 12 years. And at one point, the Glasgow Council tried to make it a serious offence for defacing this statue with traffic cones.
Oh, please.
And at that point, the people of Glasgow unified, marched, and fucking won the right for this statue to wear a traffic cone for all time.
Not even remotely surprised.
Fucking Glasgow.
Okay, now I want to move to Scotland because Scotland sounds pretty hardcore.
Oh dear.
I mean,
So long as it's
certain
not
aspects
Glasgow.
of it, yes. You know, the drugs and the fighting and the drink.
Everything except for Glasgow is beautiful, so.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's moved to Scotland. Just for the love of Christ, don't move to Glasgow.
Don't even mention Glasgow. It's just-
when we were driving through the Highlands, there was a guy playing bagpipes, but like just the worst bagpipes. It was so bad. I know it's bagpipes, so bad is sort of implied.
I was waiting for that part.
Dude.
Dude, my local pipe and drum corps like practice at the church across the street from my house. Bagpipes can sound really nice.
They really can. Is it? They can be really nice when they're done well. It's really hard to get them done well.
I was gonna say, you have to have like the lung power of a freaking elephant in the first place.
Well, actually, no, because the thing about the bagpipe is that the big air sac stores most of your breath. So long as you're constantly breathing out, then you can play it as long as you want.
That's the trick, though. You have to learn the circular breathing. You also have to make sure to have the right pressure.
I once saw a pair of bagpipes that it was a taxidermy goat that was turned into a bagpipe.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yes.
I don't know. I'm just trying to remain relevant to the conversation. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, bagpipes are like the most Scottish instrument you could possibly imagine. They just took a bag. We're like, we'll just fill it with air and stick fucking pipes in it, whatever.
What do you think every instrument is? The guitar is a hole with strings.
Yeah,
So-
but okay, but it's a very simple concept. The bagpipe looks like someone had a sack and they fell into a pile of flutes and they're like, well, we'll just leave it like that.
And the flute is just a stick with holes in it. So you know.
Look at this new instrument. What do you think?
You hit a
There's
lot.
not 17 sticks sticking out like it's a fucking pin needle.
Well, that's the point. That's really complicated. Like, bagpipes look like incredibly complicated.
They look like a wild animal with weird legs.
Everyone looks different and does something else.
It looks like a misshapen sort of weird tartan pig.
Yeah, this is why it's because all the other instruments I will grant you are somewhat weird if you don't like if you look at them just out of context.
Down to their most basic concepts, all of them are weird. The piano is hammers hitting strings. That's what it is. So,
but the thing is, it doesn't look bizarre.
You can say anything like that, and it sounds stupid. You know, a saxophone is a pipe with holes.
But even when you understand,
a drum is a thing you hit with a stick. I mean, come on.
A drum is like a log with a bit of skin stretched over it. That's what.
Well, it depends on the drum. I mean, some drums are literally just it's a steel drum.
Yeah.
I took an oil drum, cut it in half, and pounded on it for a while, and now it's laughing.
Yeah. Steel drums are unusual.
Hey, hear this? There's that old joke: 3 musicians and a drummer walk into a bar.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
I can say that because I'm a drummer.
I'm a drummer too, so I'll laugh along with it.
I think the only
instrument, so I can be entertained.
I think the only instrument that can compete with bagpipes for weirdness is the theremin.
Oh my god!
It's strange. Yeah, I'll definitely grant you that.
Because I mean, if you looked at it, it looks like it's a beaker stand. It doesn't look like an instrument. And people start waving their hands around it, and it makes weird fucking
noises.
noises.
It looks like a really strange radio, because that's kind of what it is.
Are you kidding? The modern ones literally just look like a box.
Yeah.
That's lame. I like the ones with the
coming
ring
out of
stand.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the stream, everyone. We'll probably talk about horses at some
That's
point.
how these always go. You welcome everyone, we bullshit for like 10 minutes, and you welcome everyone again, and then we keep going.
Totally, yes, we should have had TNAB on. He owns a theremin.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Maybe we could have convinced him to play it, like when we got Kitsune on the stream and he played that weird tadpole thing.
What? Oh, the Ultimatone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the best thing that Kits did with instruments was when he was live streaming Undertale Genocide mode. He was getting really stuck on one of the bosses because the bosses in Genocide mode are super tough.
Oh god, is this the drunk run?
This is the drunk run. This is the one that every time he died, he took a shot, and he was on like try number 30 by the end of it. It was pretty
I'm
insane.
so sorry I missed this, and why hasn't somebody made like a compilation of the best parts yet?
It's still uploaded to Twitch, I think. And
hours?
What?
It's how many hours?
I don't know actually. He got pretty drunk pretty quick, so he did have to shut it down fairly quickly.
Fair enough. Alright, I'll try and hunt it up.
You mean his liver, right? Nothing.
What? I can't
Shut
hear
his
anything.
liver down.
Oh, right, yeah, that too. There's one point where he just sort of busted out a guitar and started singing I Want to Swing from the Chandelier partway through a conversation with someone in chat. Like, out of nowhere, he just pulled out a guitar and knew the chords and was just along to this thing while he's playing a video game.
In terms of the guitar, and he's got a really good voice for it, too.
He'll
do that. Like, I remember sitting, like, in a Skype call editing for him, and he'll get bored and start playing the guitar, and I'm like, fuck, man, I'm trying to edit for you, but now I want to sit and listen to this because it's really good.
Also, he's promising to do automatone remixes of the Undertale songs at some point. So that's going to be horrifying.
Okay, everybody needs to get on that. Harass Kitsune Risu so he fucking makes those abominations.
Yeah, they need to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Welcome to the stream. We'll probably talk about horses at some point. I want to talk about One Punch Man at some point because that shit's fucking insane. I love that.
I keep hearing great things.
It's the first anime I've legitimately enjoyed, like, unironically. And I've tried it.
I need to watch it.
Dude.
What, even Sword Art Abridged and 50% off? You don't enjoy unironically? Come on, Nagisa's the best little thug.
Well, the Abridged series is alright. But, like,
Tweak, you still have to record that line for me, damn it.
Yeah. Look at that majestic ass motherfucker. It's like a dolphin with wings and legs and a jetpack.
Holy shit, this stuff is definitely kicking in.
How much of this shit do you take? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
Oh, Christ almighty. Yeah, actually, the dude, Octopimp, the guy who edits it all together and does, like, Nagisa and one of the other guys, recently did a stream where he was showing it off, and literally Nagisa's tattoos take him, like, half an hour.
Also,
because
just quickly,
he is just so anal retentive about placing them, and he's like, one of these days, Nagisa is just going to lose all his tattoos. Like, he doesn't have back tattoos anymore, because fuck that noise. He just has the front tattoos. He said, one of these days, I'm just going to get rid of them. And all the chat are just like, no, they're so awesome. And he's like, I know, but I'm so fucking sorry that I made this a thing.
Also, quickly, do remember to ask us questions, because if not, I'm just going to talk about One Punch Man for ages, because it's fucking great. So,
no, guys, you don't want that to happen.
Okay, are we gonna talk about the season finale?
We are not, because it happened yesterday, and we do have the no spoilers until Monday rule. We'll be talking about them next stream. So
okay. All right. Okay.
Suffice
just
to say,
just making sure. Yep. Making sure everyone knows that Escape.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Make sure everyone knows that Darth Vader killed Dumbledore and Bruce Willis was dead.
Oh, Floridian Slip says, Alex, you're a butt.
Yeah, he does say that.
Cool.
That's literally the only major thing in the stream. Also, Manaphy says he'll try and tune in, and that's it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Derp even is asking me how my bacon burgers were. They were fucking great. I made bacon burgers today. I'm fucking proud of myself because they were fucking great.
What are you defining as bacon burgers?
Are bacon inside the burger or just on top?
No, I made my own burger patties with like minced beef and like bit of onion, black pepper, and small amounts of chopped chili. They were fucking delicious. Got some nice like proper cured bacon, back bacon strips as well. It just is, oh my god, fucking loved it. So yeah, there's the answer to your question there.
My favorite thing, actually, I made candied bacon ice cream once that was really fucking good.
Oh, really?
Fair enough.
It was literally, I got really nice, like, acorn-fed Italian pork from my local butcher because they loved me and are wonderful people. And then I, like, basically put maple sugar on it and then baked the shit out of it so, like, it caramelized and hardened.
Nice.
And then smashed that into pieces and then mixed it into ice cream. It was really good.
Fair enough. What kind of ice cream?
It was just like regular, just like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, that's what I would figure. Because like chocolate would be weird.
Yeah, no, chocolate wouldn't work so well. I was thinking of doing it with like bacon ice cream, like literally just infusing the milk, and I was like, no, I'm not that ambitious right now.
You know, this afternoon, I not to flaunt my culinary skills too well, but I heated up a bowl of ramen.
Bravo!
That is impressive.
And you know what? I put some water in that bitch, and just to top it all off, I put the entire spice packet in it.
Ooh. So you have your sodium for the week covered then.
I was gonna say.
What are you talking about? Between that and all the soda I drink, I'm probably gonna have a heart attack right.
So down to 4 people now. Yeah. Anyway,
what sort of culinary masterpieces have you seen in your time in the army, Jake?
What's that?
What sort of culinary masterpieces have you encountered? How weird can the MREs get?
Oh, well, I mean, it's hard to describe to people that haven't had them because, honestly, 9 times out of 10, they all taste the same. They're all different flavors of Alpo, pretty much.
From what I've heard, they're basically
it depends. Some of them, if you heat them up, they're not that bad. But other ones...
MREs are actually pretty good. I used to get them when I went camping and such.
Yeah,
and
but
most
I mean,
of them are pretty good.
When they're all you have for like months on end, it loses its appeal pretty damn quick.
No, my point was more like the Canadian ones. You can actually tell what the food is supposed to be, rather than it's all the same flavors of
well, maybe that's a Canadian thing. I guess they're all it's all maple syrup and hockey pucks.
Exactly.
Jake's gonna join the army in Canada now. So
well, see, at least if it's a hockey puck, it's supposed to be rubber, as opposed to incidentally being rubber.
Exactly.
Oh, you should join the Canadian Army, Jake, and experience these fantastic meals. You'll be one of the
If I joined the Canadian Army, I'd instantly double their forces.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we pretty much sink it all into peacekeeping shit. We don't really bother with the military, which is why it's hilarious when like the Department of Defense is right across the street from the biggest mall in Ottawa.
Nice.
That's great. You have this big open mall, and then right next to it, giant concrete building.
Old Graving says, meals ready to eat, 3 lies in 1.
See, that again, that's that military efficiency thing that we got going on, you know? We don't mince words.
No. If you're gonna lie, you're gonna make sure you're gonna lie as much as possible.
Exactly. Well, no. I'm public affairs. We do not lie. We simply omit certain truths. We tell the truth. We just make sure it's the right truth.
The right truth. And also, you get tasered every now and again.
Yes. Or attacked by dogs.
I can neither confirm nor deny such accusations.
The videos can confirm
the video evidence means nothing.
Huh?
Video proof of these facts means nothing.
Yeah,
the videos are going to be omitted. They're not the right kind of truth.
True.
Oh, dear. So, yeah. Welcome back, Alex. This is the first time I've seen you in months.
Yeah, like, I didn't recognize you almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a haircut, finally. It's been, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months since I've been meaning to do it.
And also, you're about half your previous weight. So.
That's true. I did lose a lot of weight.
Oh, dear me.
You just seem to have so much fun getting deathly ill.
I
mean, honestly, I would pick a different hobby, but I mean, I guess I don't really have any place to judge if that's really what you want.
Whatever boats your float, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm doing fine. Not dead yet.
Sure enough.
Yes. Go on Jake's diet, that'll sort it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Got to get that sodium in there, man.
Right.
But yeah, I want to talk
Well,
about
how
One
else are you
Punch
gonna
Man.
get shoulders that broad?
I don't know. I don't have the genetics for it.
Fair enough. I don't know if genetics has much to do with it or if it's just steroids.
What, you inject the steroids right in your shoulder?
No, hey, I saw a thing on Discovery Channel one time called "The Man Whose Arms Exploded."
Oh,
Literally,
that's
what
like
he
a-
did was
Yeah.
inject steroids into his biceps, and the skin split, and his arm sort of.
Dude.
No. Well, if I saw a thing like
What are
this
you
too.
discovering
It wasn't on Discovery. It was on YouTube at some point. This is like years ago.
Which is
But it wasn't
totally
steroids,
more
it was
reliable
this-
than Discovery.
Obviously, it was this injection of. It wasn't even steroids. It was literally just like a gelatin that you would inject to make like fake muscles.
Isn't
So you
that
just get like these
silicone?
big bulges.
Do you mean just like silicone?
It was like
It's
silicone,
like
but it's
blue
not
implants
silicone.
for your arm.
Basically, yeah. But you would do it yourself.
What?
And so
Okay.
obviously that led to lots of people's arms exploding.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
was
no, I mean, there's,
Obviously.
you gotta understand the mentality of these. Well, these meatheads. That's all I can really call them. Is like because
Yeah.
that special I watched, it was an hour-long special, and at the end they took this kid who was 17, living in England, and he was about to start taking steroids to be a bodybuilder, and they showed him all the pain this guy went through, and at the end of it they asked him, "So, what do you think of steroids now?" And it basically says, "Well, hey, if that's what I got to do to be the best, then I guess it's worth it."
No
It's
pain,
like,
no gain. Sort of
You
thing.
fucking twat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but at least he's gonna neuter himself and take himself out of the gene pool.
That's true.
Yeah, inject steroids into your dick, watch it explode.
The-
Bam.
Well, the thing about douchebags is that they tend to find other douchebags and breed with them.
Yeah,
We'll just section them off and just have like douchebag island, just off to one side where they can all like explode their
I
muscles.
think it's
that
called New Jersey.
Damn it! You guys are fucking you bastard! I was gonna make that joke. I was gonna say they call it New Jersey, but yeah, fucking beat me to it. All right, I'm out of here. Goodbye.
Rip.
we lost him. He's done.
Oh, dear me. Now that he's gone away, I can
Everyone's
talk about
skinny.
One Punch Man. Yay!
Oh God, why?
What? It's a legitimately good thing.
It
Oh,
is,
dear.
but I thought we were actually going to talk about ponies at some point.
Since
Can't
when
even make a good joke anymore.
Since when do we talk about horses at all?
Yeah,
We
true.
wouldn't.
Well, statistically
Is that what
speaking,
this is
they're
supposed to be
probably
about?
not being watched by anybody who has actually not seen the finale yet.
We're not discussing the finale.
Me.
Except for Alex, because he's not
But-
watched anything.
I also don't care, so.
So we do have over a dozen people watching us. I'm betting at least one of them does. Also,
Alex is like the elephant in the room that doesn't care about being the elephant in the room.
so also known as the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So
I
I
was
imagine they
gonna
don't
say.
particularly mind awful much.
We could
Ah,
just,
dear.
discuss the previous week's episode.
We can indeed do that. Which one was it?
Oh,
before
with
the
Rah
finale?
Rah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's Lady Gaga.
Yeah, so you gotta remember, there's Rah Rah, then there's Rah Rah Rah.
Yeah. And Titanium Dragon created the shipping group Rah 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 Rah. So,
That's respected.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, yeah, Lady Gaga pony episode. What did people think of that?
So I had no idea that her Twitter account was called The Countess.
Oh, is
Until
it?
somebody was like, hey, the reason it's so cool she's called The Countess is because that's what Gaga's Twitter account is called. I was like, oh shit, I had no idea.
Really? Oh,
Yes,
wow.
apparently. Also, I like
Lena
how it's a
Hall?
very thinly veiled attack on Phil Spector.
Who, Lena Hall?
No. Lady Gaga's Twitter account is called The Countess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, who the fuck do we care about Lady Gaga? It was Lena Hall.
Yeah, true enough.
And I mean,
I
you tell
agree.
me, people tell me, oh, it's obviously a Lady Gaga thing. Well, okay, yeah, you can say it with Rah Rah, but when you look at it else, it's like, how is it different than any other pop star ever?
True enough. True
With,
enough.
the auto-tuning and the big stage show and the lights. It's like Madonna was doing that crap in the 80s.
Oh yeah, and that's the whole point, is she's like totally ripping off Madonna. Actually, Gaga's pretty fascinating. You can like analyze her stuff and see where she's taking all the inspiration from.
Yeah,
There was
she's
some-
like
Even
Madonna
though
if
mind breaks.
she's like Madonna if Madonna couldn't dance. I forget which one of her
Born This Way.
videos it was, but one where she was, I think it was Bad Romance, where she was actually dancing. And it's like, I can watch this and then feel better about my own ability to dance.
Yes.
Like, congratulations, Lady Gaga, you have officially out-whited me.
Come on, have you seen her natural color? She looks practically albino.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say she outwhites all of us in that respect.
She's the whitest person on the planet now that Michael Jackson is dead.
Oh Christ!
Oh,
Leave
what,
the poor
too soon?
bastard alone.
Too soon?
Not soon enough.
Hey, that's what the courts kept telling me about the guys he wanted to date, but he didn't care.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fuck
Right.
off.
Moving on swiftly.
Good night, everybody.
This stream just got shut
This
down.
is apparently the stream of everyone just standing up and walking away.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, the problem is I don't have an off screen to like walk away into. I have to go out the door back there.
I was gonna say you have to actually like. Well, no, you just like sink down below the camera.
Do a-
Slowly decrease in height and hope no one notices. So.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just move your camera like, goodbye.
Exactly.
The camera's ascending into heaven, like, whoa, okay. Stream's
No,
over.
you gotta be able to
that's
stand up and back away so you can do the dancing frog thing from Looney Tunes.
Yes. Get yourself a hat and cape. Also, you can better show off how freakishly tall you are. Because Jesus
Hello, my
Christ.
baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
It took me a
God.
second to get what you were talking about, which is a bit odd
What?
considering there's
That's
only one
terrible.
dancing frog. Yeah.
The dancing frog videos are awesome. I love
I
that
know.
character.
I was gonna say you should do like Austin Powers, the couch gag, where he
Yeah,
does
that's
like
what I was thinking.
the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
and that
the-
was what I
the
was thinking.
rowboat.
Of. What I said him just sinking was, yeah, the rowboat and everything else.
I'm definitely okay with doing Austin Powers impersonations because those are fucking genius movies.
Oh god, yeah. You're
They're-
welcome.
They're
Yeah.
some of the best parodies ever.
Oh, absolutely.
They,
Yes.
but what? Oh, Jake's doing it.
Yeah, bye, Jake. Hi, Jake.
Oh Christ.
Doesn't help if we can actually see your legs bend.
No, it just makes it better.
Mhm. Oh dear. Right.
Oh Christ. Let's talk about rah rah rah.
So speaking of Austin Powers,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I haven't taken my medication recently.
We know, that's why we invited you.
Oh, great.
I'm taking my medication right now. Yeah.
Good policy.
what of the
Kitsu says Plum has a nice ceiling lamp. Want more of that lamp?
I like lamp. Oh dear.
But do you
What
love
is-
lamp?
Oh dear.
Alright,
What
speaking of
a-
Austin Powers.
Yeah, speaking of Austin Powers, one of the best jokes in Austin Powers is the whole the Irish guy who's a serial
Yes.
killer.
Oh, with this lucky.
They're always
Lucky
after me, Lucky
Charms.
Charms.
Ah.
Because that joke got better as I got older.
Yeah.
Where
See-
when I was a kid, I got the Lucky Charms joke, but I
Yeah.
didn't understand serial killer until I was older, and that just
Yeah.
like was the fucking best thing. When I
And then you
figured
get
that
older,
out,
you
I
watch
was
it and
like,
you're
this
like,
movie
oh
is
my god, it
genius.
works on so many levels.
Yes.
We don't have Lucky Charms over here, so I didn't get that when I was
Ah.
Charms
What?
joke until I got exposed to American culture, went back, rewatched it, and died laughing. So,
My favorite is there's fucking, you can now buy like just the marshmallow.
yeah, you absolutely can.
Well, yeah, because that's what Lucky Charms is marshmallows mixed in with, like, cat food or something.
Yeah,
Pretty
they know
much.
nobody's gonna eat the crap. They're just gonna
Yeah,
eat
I mean,
the
literally, like, when I was a
marshmallows.
kid, the dried cat food we had for my cat was, like, the same shapes as the Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Luckily, thank God they were a different color, otherwise I would have seriously fucked with my brother.
As if you didn't try.
Oh, I remember my cousin when I was a kid used to love eating milk bones
Milk
Ugh.
bones.
because he said they were
Wow.
crunchy, and I was just like, dude, you're eating dog treats. He's like, yeah, I know, I don't care.
I mean,
Why am I related to you? Oh,
He has a calcium deficiency.
Yeah, clearly. That's the best way. Eat milk bones.
as a guy who works in a pharmacy, you would not believe what some people have eaten. So I'm just gonna
As
leave it at
someone
that.
who has studied Pika, yes, I would.
What on earth is Pika?
Pika is literally a mental
Oh, is this
where
like...
you compulsively consume objects.
Mm.
And there's two types. There's one where you consume edible objects, and there's one where you consume inedible objects.
Yeah, I remember
basically,
seeing like
you
a
can eat
documentary.
pretty much anything. As long as you can get it down your esophagus, your stomach will break it down and you'll be fine.
Eventually.
Yeah,
But
but
I remember seeing a documentary.
literally the esophagus is the hard part. Like, you can eat razor blades. If you can get it down your throat, you'll be fine.
I remember seeing a documentary about a lady who was addicted to eating cat hair, and I was just like, that sounds a similar sort of case to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
There was that TV show, My Weird Obsession, where like people who like taxidermied and people do this thing, and then people who watch My Little Pony.
Oh yeah, that one episode. Yeah.
That was so precious.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, and speaking of which, here's something we can talk about that kind of irked me a little bit today. I was in a chat and we were talking about, you know how at every single pony convention ever, there will always be a panel called "Coming Out of the Stables."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
And how to tell your family that you're a brony. And I just watched that. It's like, dude, even I'm a guy who literally has an entire wall plastered with pony pictures, and even I'm like, dude, go kiss a girl.
I mean, to balance that out, you do have like a biker jacket which does say "I will butt fuck your soul." So
I was gonna say, like, Twig, Sig is not out about being a brony.
Well, it's a difference between like being very loud about it and just sort of being afraid to admit it if someone's like, "Oh, do you like that show?" And yeah. Oh.
Which in that case, you should get with the "I will butt fuck your soul" mentality and be like, "What do you what does it matter to you? You like a TV show? Yeah. Okay, so that's just I mean, like I just.
Oh yeah.
It bothers me because
something awesome. So
it just go ahead.
Okay, quick thing about what we were talking about before about eating cat hair. If you eat large quantities of hair, you won't actually digest it. It will form like a stone in your stomach called a bezoar.
Yeah. It's not
that's what bears do when they hibernate. They eat a bunch of hair and grass and stuff, and it forms a plug that plugs up their buttholes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure Harry Potter used that to cure Ron.
I know. And I read that and was like, what the fuck, guys? That's not how you use a bezoar, but it's cute you think that. Because I have read fairy tales.
Are you telling me that did Harry Potter eat a bunch of cat hair?
Harry Potter ate a butt plug, is what we're saying.
No.
I think I've read that clock thing.
True science fact. But yeah, like
hair butt plugs are totally different from regular butt plugs.
True.
Oh God, Kitsu, why are you telling me this? Apparently there was some chick who basically had a 15-pound stone in her stomach from eating her own hair.
Fantastic.
Can we unremove the chat so that he can traumatize other people with this and not just me?
I don't know what's wrong with the YouTube chat. He can chat in the Seattle Angels group and stuff like that. So.
And then I wouldn't have to read it, and that would make me feel better. Oh God, that's.
Well, you're not even in the Seattle Angels public chat, so.
That's the point. I don't want him telling me this in PM. It's horrifying.
Right. He's not saying this in the public chat. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's because he sucks. Which is why I'm sharing it, so you can all feel my pain.
Beautiful. But yeah, like the thing, like BronyCon this year, it had 2 different panels about. It was run by the same people, I think, about coming out of the stable to your family. Like. At the end of the day, you like a TV show.
Exactly. That's my thing. It's like I know people who have been hurt by coming out of the closet and stuff like that. It's like to equate liking a TV show to a major life decision like that is just. I mean, it goes beyond. I mean, we all laugh about spaghetti and cringe and blah blah, but it goes to like, dude, calm the fuck down. And this is coming from a guy with a giant fucking pink pony on his back whenever he rides a motorcycle. Calm the fuck down.
I have 2 plushies within arm's reach. Calm the fuck down. You know, like it's a really good show, and there's a fantastic community built up around it, and there are so many people willing to help. So many other people. You've got.
See, but that's the thing. It's the community. For a lot of kids, this is literally like the best social interaction they've ever had because they get bullied. So it's not just a show. It is their whole lives. And so acknowledging that, like, the biggest, most positive influence in your life is about My Little Pony, that can be really difficult. And I do think, no, it's not the equivalent of going, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. But for a lot of kids, it is really serious. It's a major part of their identity.
And what we need to tell these kids, I know this is going to sound very hypocritical coming from me. I realize this. But we tell these kids, have some self-confidence. You know, when their parents say, what's this thing all about? And rah, rah, rah. First and foremost, if your parents are getting that mad about something, you have many more issues in your life than just the show. That's number one. Number two, if they get all that, just say, dude, it's a TV show I like, and basically don't make it sound like a religion.
That's the thing. Like, it's fine to be a member of the community. It's a fantastic community, but the thing is, like, first of all, you need to have more than one community that you can interact with, because if you're just in one community, that can become quite unhealthy. Like, obviously there are situations where kids are being bullied, and that's never nice. But when you just sort of shut yourself into one group, it can really stunt your growth as a person. You know, you need to go out there and you need to explore other things. You need to diversify.
You need to be able to do that.
Yeah, you have to diversify your portfolio.
Diversify your portfolio.
Diversify your nerd portfolio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Join
They're
the Steven
amazing
Universe
communities.
fandom.
But for
Actually,
a lot
don't
of,
do
like
that.
Tweak, it's go, yeah, I'm into ponies, suck it the fuck up. But like, if the kid's 16 living at home depending on their parents, they don't necessarily have the freedom to do that. You know,
Well,
they are dependent on someone else for where they live that isn't a cardboard box.
I think it's a bit like, I don't think anyone has ever been kicked out of their house because they liked a girly TV show.
And if you do, then you call child services. Because if you are 15,
the last thing you want to call is child services. I don't know what they're like in the States, but in Canada, it's the worst thing ever.
Okay, no, it's bad. But so if your parents have said to your 15-year-old son, if you like that TV show that does not line up with your traditional gender role, get out.
Yeah, but it's never going to be just My Little Pony, right? It's going to be everything else.
You have shitty parents.
And lots of people do, but that doesn't mean they deserve to get shat on for it by someone who's in a position where they can ignore that stuff.
I mean, like...
Like, yeah, absolutely. Grow some balls, have some self-confidence, but it's really easy for us to say that. Because we're not in those positions. We're in positions where we can be comfortable and go, fuck you, I like ponies.
I will freely admit that I'm probably the least self-confident person, which is a weird thing.
Oh, are you kidding? We're all massive bags of insecurity. It's called putting on a really good facade.
That is really it. I'm just really good at putting on a smile and just sort of like laughing away, like, I'm dying inside.
Well, yeah, basically that's all I do, since I'm ferret. I'm not allowed to be sad, so I don't. I go be sad in very specific places with very specific people, and the rest of the time, no, I'm ferret. Everything's awesome. But the point is still, we have those places where we can go and fall apart. And for a lot of kids, that's what My Little Pony is.
Well, absolutely, and they should absolutely feel like they're able to do that. But I still think that these panels are making a bigger deal of coming out of the stable than they should be, because at the end of the day, first of all, does it matter whether or not your parents know that you like this TV show? It shouldn't. And second of all, like, if they don't like the same show that you do, then chances are they're just going to think you're a bit weird because you like a show.
And also I think a big part of it is that you make such a big deal of it. I mean that you put this much emphasis on. Like, I've heard people say that they sat their family down and started with the whole, you know I love you, and you've known me your whole life, and this doesn't change anything about me, but I like this TV show.
Yeah, no, in that case, that's way over the top. And I will freely admit, I do think in a lot of cases, they're really overemphasizing, like, how serious you need to be about it. But I think in some cases, these kids do honestly need that kind of help.
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with the fact, but yeah, the majority of them, like, guys, it's okay that you like My Little Pony. I know it's weird, but we're a pretty huge demographic now. You're not the only one.
That's the thing. At this point, the world's had enough, like, oh my god, there are bronies in its system. It's kind of worn off the shop.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just that, like, when I did that ABC thing, and and the Soup talked about it, and Joel, what is his name? Joel McHale said, ABC did a news story on bronies because, hey, it's 2010.
Yeah,
like, pretty much, yeah. It's like, it's the same thing. Like, when they came and interviewed me, I asked them, it's like, so what's the angle? Like, what are you talking about? And well, we're just fascinated that there's a group of, adult men that like this show for little girls. And in my head, I'm like, hello,
4 years
we've
ago.
been around for like 5 years now.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out Shirley fucking Temple.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, this is not a new thing.
That's different, but it's
Not
similar but different.
necessarily.
Hang on a moment.
Like,
Well, Shirley Temple
Temple's-
wasn't like 4 little girls. It was a family show.
Why
Yeah.
is Google's fucking image the Loch Ness monster?
I don't know.
Because
but...
Nessie.
I would say
You know what? Furries are basically mainstream now, and if they can become mainstream, anybody can. So
Pretty
That's
much.
true. And also, no one has tried to gas one of our conventions, so
Oh,
that's
geez.
pretty good, right?
I
That whole thing
I
just
contemplated
pisses the
it.
Fuck off! Like, hey, look, it's an act of terrorism, but it was against furries, so it's okay.
I don't. Was it actually confirmed to be an act of terrorism? Because I heard a rumor that it was someone who was like carrying around like swimming pool filter crystals or something like that because they contain.
Why would he be carrying around swimming pool filter crystals?
I don't know, because it's a fucking. It's like an apartment or something that it happened, wasn't it? It was on the stairway at an apartment. People work in
No,
swimming
it was
pools.
in a hotel.
Right. Okay, that's different.
To the
Maybe it was the
filter
pool
system
swimming pool.
of the hotel.
Yeah. Maybe.
Like, it was put into the air ducts.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
No,
fair
it
enough.
was a definitive act of terrorism. They
Yeah.
released chlorine gas. Several people got really sick and had to go to the hospital for it. And literally, the entire country's attitude was, it's furries, they deserve it, who cares?
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah.
I do also. It's worth noting that there was the recent attack in from a couple of days ago. Was it yesterday?
France?
No, Planned Parenthood from yesterday or the other
Oh
day.
yeah,
Colorado Springs.
Colorado.
What happened?
In
Pretty
Colorado,
close
there was,
to
there was
totally
a
insane-
56. There's a
This
56
totally
-year-old
insane
man.
drifter guy wandered into Planned Parenthood and started shooting at people.
He wandered into the
Died. 3 people died, and a few others.
Yeah,
What?
two policemen and 1 other people are dead because of this mad anti-Planned Parenthood.
And what do you know? About a day later, everyone is talking about how, it's those anti-abortionists at it again.
I think the most jarring thing is the fact
To
that
be fair, they do have a history of shooting doctors.
it's true, and they also have a history of doing horrible things to Planned Parenthoods. But it's
But
like
absolutely, I think it's worth acknowledging that, hey, this time it wasn't actually those guys.
I don't know whether the thing is.
Fair, some Muslims have a habit of blowing people up, you know.
Yes, it's, X equals Y does not equal X.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, this guy, no matter whether he was mad or whatever, this was actually, like, it was an act of terrorism. Like, this man went to this Planned Parenthood and started shooting people, and he's quoted as saying, quote, "no more baby parts," end quote. This guy went there with the idea of shooting people to do with Planned Parenthood. This is an act of terrorism.
Yeah.
And yet, no fucking American Fox News, ABC, whatever the fuck you've got over there, not one of them called it terrorism.
Yep.
It was a gunman. That's all it was.
It was a lone gunman acting on his own, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, hold up. If you're trying to claim some sort of bias or something, you do realize that there's pretty much only one news station that has a conservative bias, right? That all the other ones are liberal bias. That they would have been blown it the fuck up. Come on now.
They have.
I'm not conservative liberal at this point. It's America versus Muslims at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that I side with I kind of in line with Jon Stewart, what he said like way back, where he was on, I think it was Chris Wallace's show on Fox News, and Chris Wallace was asking him, did he think that like CNN and NBC and all those, do they have a liberal bias? And he's like, I think a lot of the people that work there are liberal, but it doesn't necessarily have a liberal bias in the same way that Fox News has a conservative bias. It has a bias, but towards sensationalism and laziness, not liberalism.
Yeah,
every fucking news channel has a.
Whoa! Hey, what? Oh, okay, dude, calm down. Okay.
Nice.
Calm down. Look at Farron's avatar and relax.
My avatar is
Have you
freaking
seen
adorable.
Zock's avatar? He's literally never calm.
I was gonna say, like, did you not notice the explosion in the background of the really angry eyebrows?
His name is not Calm Sock.
Alex!
Hey!
You live.
What's up? What's up? I told
man.
you I would lure him in.
Oh, dear
Stuff
me.
going on in the main chat, and I was like, "What the hell?" Oh,
Oh shit, a thing.
Things are happening.
Oh dear.
It's an exciting time to be alive.
Is it really though? Is it really?
No.
I don't know. You're not dead. I think that counts. We, confirmed a while ago that Sock wasn't dead, so that's pretty cool.
This is true.
Nobody's deceased. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Although
dead.
Sock got pretty
Nice
damn
to be
close at one
alive.
point when he was bleeding out of his ass. So
And all of us forgot to make that joke.
all of us forgot to make the goddamn reference.
Yes.
All of
Very
us.
tragic.
I'm super disappointed in everyone, especially myself.
What
Oh,
reference?
God. My anus is bleeding, dude.
What?
Do you want? Okay, I'm finding you
From
this
those
video.
band cartoons, the whole, my square is too big. My anus is bleeding.
What was it from? It's Don Hertz thingy. What was it?
Rejected cartoons.
Rejected.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So, what have
Oh,
we
that
talking
weird
about?
ass thing. No, I
Okay. Got it
Yeah,
eventually.
it's an ass thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He disappeared for
Yeah.
a couple of months, and we were all
Yeah.
freaking out because he told Obbs that he was bleeding.
Yeah.
And so we're all like, oh my god, is Sock dead? And he'd like randomly come on for 2 seconds. We're like, oh my god! He's not dead, but he might be dead.
He was just jealous because I was getting all the attention.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, Sock disappeared for like ages at a time, and VP said, "I remember Ob saying something about one of the slam jammers dropping out due to medical reasons." And we went up to Obs and was like, "Is that Sock?" He's like, "Yeah, I haven't heard from him in ages." I was, "Oh shit, he's dead. Sock's
We all
dead."
start freaking out. And then he comes back and he's like, it's okay, guys, I was bleeding from the ass and then I got depressed.
Pretty much. It can be pretty depressing bleeding from your ass. I don't say that from personal experience.
He said quickly covering up.
You know what? I'll come out and say I can say from experience that bleeding from your ass is not fun.
Well,
I would
just that
assume
much.
it's not. I mean, in the same sense that, like,
And no,
bleeding
it's
from
not
the
what you. It's not what you think. I had a very
For
bad.
the love of God, Jake, there is a reason people recommend lube.
Again, that's what everyone like to say, but no, I actually had a really bad. This is gonna be gross. So I'm sorry. A very bad hemorrhoid when I was in Iraq my second time, like to the point where they had to pull me. Like, we were on a 5-day mission, staying out at this combat outpost. 2 days into it, they had to bring me back because it was that bad. Like,
Oh, dear.
I would say hemorrhoids are bad enough, but to get them out in Iraq is just like, let's pick
Yeah.
the worst possible place.
no, oh, it was great too because they finally took me back in and they sent me down with the doctor and they said, well, we'll take a look at it. You may need surgery. You may just need some cream. Blah blah blah. So I drop trowel and bend over. I hear the snap of the glove. I go, oh god. The doctor I hear the squeak of his chair turning around, and the doctor says the 3 words you never want to hear a doctor say. Oh my god. And so yeah, so they had to take me to the combat the hospital where people who get blown up and shot go to get treated, and I'm sitting there on a table naked from the waist down, laying on my belly, and all I'm thinking is, dear God in heaven, please let the doctor be an old and crusty dude. Old crusty dude. Old crusty dude. Kurt comes back, young hot chick. God damn it! Yeah.
How embarrassing was it being at the hospital where people have like missing legs? You're like, what are you in here for? Oh, I gotta.
My asshole
right.
fell out. Yeah. But no, apparently they told me it happens to tankers relatively often because we're sit down for
I
like
would imagine.
Oh,
days
yeah.
on end.
Sitting down and the vibration and such, I suspect, would probably jar everything loose.
Yeah.
No, what
So,
I
yeah.
really want to know is, do
I
they go,
have never-
can we get some photos for the medical textbook? I'm
Oh,
like,
Jesus
this is
Christ.
the worst case scenario, boys and girls.
No, but here's okay. And again, this is if you don't know what a hemorrhoid is. Basically, there's some blood clots down there that stop blood flow. And so after she did the surgery, she actually showed them to me, and there was like they were really really tiny, like half a grain of rice, and they looked like little peeled grapes.
Oh,
Yep.
Christ.
Hey, you
Yeah.
We
And you're
didn't
looking at
ask.
those
You
are
didn't
photos.
know.
Third ass. You wanted photos. I did the next best thing and gave you a description of the event. On the bright side, I spent the next 3 days hopped up on Vicodin and didn't feel a thing.
Ah, God,
And I got to
that's
say,
scary.
I got to get to not have to go on missions for 2 weeks, which was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, that helps.
Sweet.
You have to skip missions. The best way to do it is by bleeding from the ass.
Exactly.
I was on Vicodin for a while after my appendectomy, and Vicodin is pretty great.
I remember getting Percocet after I had my wisdom teeth out. That was pretty nice. I don't remember any of those 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
There are like vague memories of stuff, but other than that, like I'm told I had conversations with people, but.
See, you guys all suck. The strongest thing I've ever been on is just morphine.
I'm good. I don't want to develop any addictions, thanks.
Sock, come visit me at the pharmacy. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
It require hopping across ponds.
True.
Sock, you live.
Barely making it across the
well, you don't live that close to me, but I have a bottle of hydrocodone somewhere.
Oh God.
You could have some of that.
Yeah, just make sure you don't take too much of it, or it'll plug your ass up.
You will also probably die.
So next stream, everyone's just going to be high, basically.
Pretty much.
But everyone's just going to be, like, sleepy. That's it.
This is true. Well, I don't know. I mean, I could probably overdose on the speed I get, except it just makes me really concentrate.
I can sabotage my furnace.
Hooray! Woo! Yeah,
Wait,
next
what?
stream will just be the drug addicts.
I assume he meant for carbon monoxide.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so now that I have given a full and detailed account of my rectal health, I actually gotta go. I got some things I gotta take care of for a little bit. So I have to go,
But we want to hear more about your ass problems.
I can show. Hey, okay.
Alright!
Oh, we need to censor the stream.
I wouldn't do that to you. I'm an hey, I'm an asshole. I'm not a fucking asshole.
He'll take his shirt off, but he won't show us anything else. Figures.
Yeah, exactly. You want the full Monty? You gotta pony up the dough, okay?
Come to BrodyCon, we'll talk.
Oh
I'm sure I could get a panel to whore you off at. Come on, you're working on Bachelor Auction. Oh man, we should do that at BrodyCon. Do like a date auction. That would go horribly and it would be hilarious.
Oh God!
The worst and also the best.
Exactly! Come on, it'd be a scream!
I would totally do that. I seriously have to go, but before I go, I will totally do. If we do a BronyCon, some sort of bachelor auction, I will do that, and I'll spend like the next however long it is. I'll be in the gym. I'll get nice and big and buff, and I'll be like, I will do that.
Jake, if you get any more big and buff, you're not gonna fit through doorways.
I'm actually not that in shape. I actually haven't done PT in a while, but okay.
See you later.
Just remember,
Sergeant.
don't forget to bleach your asshole.
Yeah. Love you too, Alex.
He's just thinking of you.
Beautiful.
That's the thanks you get for thinking of his well-being. How tragic.
I'm just trying to help him out.
I know. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll appreciate it someday.
It's for his
When he's
own
next
good.
on that casting couch, he'll remember your words.
The next time. Fucking hell.
Holmes killing himself laughing.
I'm dead already.
Don't spill that liquor, dude. You'll be in trouble when you go to hell.
No. I've already drunk it, so yeah, I need more.
Unrelated, but Jake, I forgot, was on that TV show that ABC did a while back. Way back before I was really into the fandom, I was also on a TV show, but in Ireland.
Ooh.
Way back in like 2011, I think. So this was still kind of at the beginning of it. It was like a short little segment on this kind of like talk show. But
do you have a clip of it?
I don't remember the name of the guy who ran the show. It was like 5 years ago.
Fair enough.
4, I guess, because it's 2015 now. I don't know. But the thing that I do remember about it is that being invited to be a guest, I wasn't like, we were guests on the show, but I wasn't the person speaking. There was like a couple of us, and there was someone else who spoke. But the best part about it is that there was free booze before the show started.
Why did
right,
you
it was great. We basically like we were in like the green room and we just got drunk before the show. It was great. And so then like it made this. To be fair, I know why. That's why they do it, is so that way when you have the audience and he makes some joke, everyone fucking cracks up because they're all drunk. So it makes him seem a lot funnier than he is. But it was great.
Dear.
I remember we had to shoot like crowd shots of reactions.
Yeah.
Like they'd be like, "That's not enthusiastic enough. We gotta do it again." Like whenever you see
I love those, and they always end up. The crowd shots always end up looking ridiculous because you've done 4 takes.
Yes, and people just get like fucking sick of it. But
Yeah.
the show's like half an hour long, but it took like 4 hours to tape.
Yep.
Of course.
Oh yeah, it was fun though. I liked it.
Oh yeah, it's cool stuff.
I would do it again. They also
My,
have a warm-up comedian come out and tell jokes for like an hour beforehand, just to get people laughing.
Yeah, I would say, get them actually interested in like being amused and such.
Yeah.
And hopefully get some audio from it.
Yeah, probably.
A laugh track later.
Hmm. I think the only time I've ever been on TV was when I was on as a kid for like it was a games show for like schools, different schools competing on the BBC. And I remember because I was on TV show throwing blue mashed potato at my teacher. That's what I did.
I'd say that's a pretty good reason.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's my claim to TV fame.
My claim to TV fame was I used to be part of a storytelling group, and they filmed us on TV at one point, and it was actually pretty fun.
How have we all been on TV at one point? The fuck?
Pretty much. Oh no, I take it back. There's a second time. They were filming this like centennial video of my town, and me and my little sister had to dress up in like prairie dresses and run around and do random shit. They were like, okay, guys, we're going to have you, like, run it towards the fence and, like, climb it now. And I'm like, I'm wearing a skirt and, like, boots. Okay, sure. And then they're like, all right, sit in the background and look busy. Here's a checkerboard and some pieces. Pretend to play checkers. My sister's, like, 3. She doesn't know how to fucking play checkers. So I'm just like, okay, honey, move the piece. And they're like, no, you can't talk. I'm like, she doesn't know what the fuck to do. What do you want from me?
Fucking beautiful.
Oh god, it was so low budget and ridiculous. We've got a copy kicking around. Every once in a while I watch it, I'm like, oh man, this is so ghetto fabulous.
That's pretty spectacular.
My stepdad was on TV at one point because he was a pilot and he once landed his plane without landing gear.
Oh wow. Deliberately?
I don't remember, honestly.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a major question. Like, was this on purpose?
Well, was this while you were in Ireland?
Like, something failed and you still managed to land?
I was going to say, because if this was while you were in Ireland, I can imagine there'd be reasons why he'd forget to do that. So.
No, this was in New Mexico.
Right.
But I remember he told me about the interview after he did it, about how after he had like stepped out of his plane and immediately like hit his head on the wing.
Oh, shit.
And so I think they had like cut that out of the broadcast.
I was gonna say they fucking cut that because it doesn't really look great when you're like, this dude did something amazing and he doesn't even know how to get out of his fucking plane.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just kind of imagining like that one scene from Star Wars where the stormtroopers are running in through the room and one of them just goes ka-dunk on the Death Star ceiling. And he just sort of falls behind everyone. And he does that in the final take. It's like, yeah.
That's my favorite. I like watching for that kind of stuff in like low budget movies where you see someone trip and they just leave it in there.
Yes. Like shit, we can't afford to edit it out. Just keep the tape rolling.
Nice.
I feel so bad for them. Like, congrats, dude. Your background scene has been immortalized by you fucking up.
Yep.
10 out of 10.
It's great.
Oh,
great.
Dearie me. So that was Jake on here. We've got absolutely no topics because we were just talking about his ass for the entire thing.
Well, we could talk about rah-rah-rah.
Let's talk about ISIS.
Let's talk.
Oh, God. Alright, here's something to talk about. You know the game Mafia?
Yes.
Yes.
How long until we make up a version called ISIS?
Ooh.
Where, you know, instead of taking out one person, you take out 4 people? And the bomb goes off?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, in the current day, video games they're pretty heavily shoot these brown people in turbans a lot of the time. You know, basically every modern shooter is. So I think we've already got it. We've got ISIS via proxy, so.
True enough.
There needs to be a Mad Max deathmatch kind of game where, like, you play as war boys and you can get a special ability where your character goes like, "Witness me!" and then you get like a buff and you have a certain time limit to kill a bunch of enemies before you explode.
Beautiful. I'll play that.
Oh, God.
That to the
And then
latest
you get a
match.
higher score depending on how many people are actually looking at you when you explode.
I think that would fall in the category of that baby killer perk in Fallout where they wouldn't let the guy have it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Literally a picture of him punching a pregnant woman in the stomach.
No, he was drop kicking the lady.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, he was drop kicking her.
Would there in this ISIS game would there be a ancient relic destroying minigame?
Oh Jesus Christ!
There should be.
This is too real at the moment.
We're going for the genuine experience here.
Destroy the Palmyra temples with as few bombs as possible.
You know that some indie dev out there on the internet has made this thing. It's like that fucking school shooting simulator.
I feel really bad, but I just pictured it, imagining it like Angry Birds.
I remember like.
Oh God!
Wow! And the birds just say like, "I love how they fly."
But the birds are like are Middle Eastern guys.
Yeah, I do remember 4chan made an Angry Birds mod where it was 9/11. Oh no! Oh no! This is awful.
That's bad.
This is why I should never be on the podcast.
Oh dearie me.
Fucking real.
Oh dearie me. For real though, I'd play that Mad Max game. That'd be fucking great.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be insane.
Oh jeez, it reminds me a bit of Metal Gear Solid Online, which apparently came out a couple of weeks ago and I've not actually played yet. Is it part of Metal Gear Solid 5? Does anyone know?
I don't know. I've never played a single Metal Gear Solid in my life.
Dude, they're fucking great. All I know is I've seen images of like Revolver Ocelot, the player playing as Revolver Ocelot and shooting people with ricochets around corners with his revolvers. It's really
hysterical. My favorite Metal Gear mod was the one that literally changed Quiet's skin into Ocelot.
Nice.
That was so.
With his revolver.
And it's just him doing those same poses as her. It was like, oh, this is beautiful.
So
he's wearing like literally a couple strips of leather and some pasties and posing. And I'm like, oh yeah, my life is complete now. I feel better.
He's just sunbathing with a bra on in the jail cell and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, this is beautiful.
Sounds about right.
Well, and I loved it. No. She has to breathe through her skin. Dude, just admit you wanted a naked chick. Like, there's no shame in that. But you're not fucking fooling anyone. No, there's a reason. No, there isn't. You just wanted some TNA.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Oh, has Metal Gear Solid Online not come out on PC? Oh, that's shit.
Really? That seems really stupid.
Apparently it's on consoles and it's coming to PC later, but that's shit. Shit. But yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5. There's some amazing things in that game. Like, there's a group on YouTube called Defend the House, and what they do is they do video game MythBusters. Like, people ask them questions like, "Can you do a thing in this game?" And then they put them all into a video and they put out the videos. And some of the things you can do in Metal Gear Solid 5 are fucking ludicrous. Like
your Donkey Sanctuary.
The Donkey Sanctuary is part of the game itself, Ferret.
I know, it's a key part of the game. Adorable as hell.
You can't avoid rescuing donkeys. You have to. But like the very first Defend the House video for Metal Gear Solid 5 started with them doing the box drifting, where you get in the Solid Snake cardboard box and just drift down sand dunes and take out people while drifting in a cardboard box. It's a beautiful game.
That's ridiculous.
It's a beautiful game.
Oh god.
Oh god. There's the one video
for revenge.
Yeah, also revenge. There's the one video which I love from Metal Gear Solid 5, which was like a player just messing around at the edge of a Russian soldier's view range. So he was just like running around in a cardboard box at the very limit of this Russian guy's range, and the Russian guy's calling it into HQ, like, HQ, I can see it's a cardboard box and it's moving, and they just like,
what should I do?
What should I do? Shut up, Dmitri. Return to your post. But it's a cardboard box, and he keeps on calling it in, and eventually the HQ gives him permission to open fire on the cardboard box, and the guy playing Solid Snake dives out of the box at the last second. The Russian shoots the box, and he just goes to HQ. HQ, I shot the box. Nothing happened. This is HQ. Schedule a psych exam. Over. Done.
That's freaking awesome.
Beautiful. I love Kojima just for those little things.
I say little stuff like that. That's pretty bro.
It's fucking great. Oh dear. What were we talking about before Jake ruined everything? Well,
I think we were talking about Rara.
we were talking about Rara. Do you want to get in on this episode discussion, Sock? What do you think of Lady Gaga Pony?
What?
Lady Gaga Pony.
I haven't seen it.
Yes!
You haven't seen Lady Gaga Pony.
Why the hell not? Rara's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask a serious question?
No.
So, well,
It's the
too
wrong
bad I'm
podcast.
doing it anyway. Deal with it. So, like, her whole thing is like, hey, look, my cutie mark gets all shiny when I do my actual special talent. So literally, the only way her talent works is when she is just singing with one accompaniment. As soon as she adds anything else, it stops being her special talent.
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck?
I think she was reacting more to the emotions of the audience.
Yeah, it's more to do with that.
Okay,
if
so
you
how
think
many
about it,
people in the audience have to be super into it before your cutie mark
You've
responds?
just got
Like,
one
is this
dude
like,
at the back who's super into it, and that's all she needs. Like, if you think like some of the things about cutie marks are weird. Like the fact that like eventually the cutie mark crusaders did in fact get their cutie marks, which is something Alex has missed because he's not watched this one. Yeah,
they still look
does.
weird.
They do look weird.
Every
But
time
the
I
thing
see
is,
the
like-
pet stamps, I'm like, oh my god, right, they have cutie marks now.
Yeah, they're a bit weird, but like it's the thing that like, they're themed, they're linked together. Like, what if one of them dies? Do the other ones sort of like lose a bit of their cutie mark power? Do they? I don't know. Like, I'm surprised I haven't seen a story about this. Like, because we've had it confirmed that people's cutie marks or ponies' cutie marks can be to do with other ponies. Like, they can be linked to other ponies that way.
Yeah.
So what if two people's like? Why aren't there more stories exploring this idea? Like the concept of like two ponies' destinies literally being each other. They've got cutie marks of each other. You know, we had that one pony whose cutie mark was herself. So
Kitsu's argument is basically they're like Highlander. The others inherit her blood and become more powerful.
right.
One day they will kill each other for the crown. For when you play the game of cutie marks, use something something.
you something or you die.
Yeah, use something or you die. I
We'll
kind of
try
like
to
that
figure that
idea.
out.
I
They
feel
just
bad.
inherit the
I feel
blood.
bad
They're
that
basically Highlander ponies.
Mhm.
I want to read a story about that. Alex, fucking get on it.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. But
I know, it's tragic
feel-
because you never write
if
anymore.
I did it, I feel bad about this. But if I did do it, it would not be a Highlander joke. It would be the One joke because I know that movie more than I know Highlander.
That was though.
That's an awful, awful movie.
Which
That's
movie?
quite
that-
funny.
that would have to be like Apple Bloom going through like Equestria,
Oh, hi,
finding
cutie
all
mark.
finding all the
Jet
ponies.
Lees.
No,
Yeah,
it totally had to
finding
be
all the other.
Sulu and just repeatedly murdering herself because
No,
come on, Sulu.
I want to actually put Jet Li in the fic. Jet Li over and over again.
Her cutie mark is Jet Li, and she has to kill all the other Jet Lis.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Jet Li.
Beautiful. Can you imagine like a cutie mark where your destiny is to kill the others?
That's
fucking
what
great.
That's what the One's alternate title should have been. Jet Li dies a bunch.
Make it a crossover with the room, and you've just got Apple Bloom going around saying, "Oh hi, cutie mark."
Oh god.
You're my favorite cutie mark.
Beautiful.
What a cutie story, Mark.
Yeah. They just play football for a bit. 'Cause of course
How's
they
your sex life?
do. We are literally the worst, by the way.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Worst podcast ever.
When are we having a group watching of The Room?
Oh god.
God,
We'll do that
no.
next week. Because next week, like, let's face it, like, the reviews aren't going to be out next week. Let's face it at this point. But let's just instead just have a stream of everyone watching The Room. Does
Okay.
anyone have a copy of it, like, somewhere where we, like, so
A
that we
legitimate copy?
can have a legitimate copy of The Room? And it's rarer than a unicorn.
Do they exist?
Do they exist?
I honestly want to know if there's like DVDs printed of The Room before it became a big thing.
Yeah.
I
Huh.
want to see like an original print of The Room.
I mean, it came out in cinemas, didn't it? So,
Did it? Probably in, like, local cinemas in San Francisco.
Maybe I'll have to check this out. I'm looking up the room. I shouldn't be doing this.
I say, why are you doing this terrible thing?
This is a terrible idea. Entertainment Weekly has called the room the Citizen Kane of shit. Yeah.
Playing Citizen Kane to it is just mean.
You know what I love? That Tommy Wiseau has been in other movies. Like, he's not. Yeah, he was in Anaconda 2.
Movies, quote unquote.
My point is that wasn't his first acting thing.
Yes.
I mean, arguably it was. I mean, arguably it also wasn't his first ever because he hasn't acted at all.
That's true. Actually, I think Anaconda 2 might have been after The Room anyways. I don't remember when that movie came out. The Room was like 2005, right?
Yes.
It's a lot older than anybody thinks it is.
Yeah, it's 2005.
Yeah.
Jeez,
that's what I thought.
It's younger than I thought it was. Weird.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was older than that. It looks like it was filmed in the 70s, so, you know.
No, it looks like a 90s soap opera. That's how
It's basically Friends, the movie, at this
point.
It's got as good
Sad but true.
With a lot less Chandler.
Oh yeah.
That's true. Chandler was the one good part of Friends. Dearie me. That said, would you rather have Chandler or Tommy Wiseau, and Tommy Wiseau? So.
Chandler. Was that a
Kitsune Rizu says the room would have been so much better if it had an anaconda in it. Yeah.
Oh my god, yes, that would have made it amazing.
Yeah. We need the supercut.
No, it's okay, it's just eating my leg.
We need someone to mash up the room and Anaconda 2. Just have all the scenes with Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau plays like a Russian guy in that movie.
Oh Christ.
I mean, it'd probably have the same accent, you know, let's face it.
If you want to call that an accent, I guess.
I don't know what else to call it, because Abominations are probably a bit strong. So, you know.
It's a bastardization of the English language.
Yeah, that's probably about right. Oh. In a nutshell, TommyWiseau.jpg.
That sums it up nicely.
What was the episode before Ra Ra and Ra Ra Ra? What was the one before that? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'll have to look this up. Was it Hearthwarmers?
I think so.
Season 5. Let's turn over the list. Because I've been catching up on the various Pony things.
The Hopefield and McCults.
Yeah, it was the awesome episode that I got to talk about Blue Hillbillies.
Yeah.
Because I did the follow-up, and it was great, because literally every single follow-up I've done has a ferret within the first 30 seconds, and it's the best ever.
Fantastic.
It's bro.
Oh, dear. So that was an interesting episode, to say the least.
That episode was actually Red versus Blue.
Yeah, it really was.
But did you read my follow-up where I talked about the real Blue family?
Yes. I remember.
I was so happy with that. I was like, oh my god, somebody else knows this and it's the best.
The people were so inbred that they have blue blood.
Yep. The really weird thing, the solution to it is blue dye pills.
Interesting. So for those who haven't read your follow-up, Ferret, please give us a little elaboration.
So basically there was this hillbilly family, and they're actually still kicking around. And every once in a while, one of them like pops up with this blue skin thing. It's a problem with the blood. It's totally harmless. It's a genetic quirk, and it's literally just they were in this super rural area, so they became really inbred, and they suddenly started popping out kids with shades of blue skin.
Yeah, I think I've seen photos of people from this, with this condition.
What the hell is their name?
Get that from like eating something? There's some.
No.
Yeah, there was some dude who got like it was some weird form of like mercury poisoning or something like that.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, and there's him, but these guys were called the Fugits, and they're called the Blue Fugits. And there are pictures of like the entire family, and they're all these shades of blue.
Yeah.
And it's really weird. And like literally, as soon as they diversified the bloodline, it appeared. Every once in a while, somebody get it. But the solution to it is giving them blue dye pills.
Huh.
And for some reason, that gets rid of it, and then they just look like normal people. But they got super inbred, and I was like, I watched the episode and went, oh my god, somebody else knows about the blue Fugits, and I'm so happy.
I'm looking at the photos of them right now. There's a really weird family painting where it's like half the family is blue and the other half are like relatively normal skin colors. It's super
And
weird.
that's the thing, is like some of them are super, super dark blue.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yes.
normal. Some of them are like a very pale blue. Like it is like this whole range of shades of blue, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, this is the guy that I've seen, the old guy.
Yeah, with the beard and the glasses.
Yeah,
and,
I've seen him before.
I've seen him around. I didn't know it was from like an inbreeding problem. That's
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Literally a super inbred hillbilly thing.
Like, this kind of brings a new meaning to the word blue blood.
I know. It's the
It's
best.
fucking great. Now we need a blue blood being actually blue story. Wait, shit, Rainbow Dash is blue. Fuck.
Oh my god.
Fucking great. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But yes, Who Fields and McColts was great. I was super happy with that
I love
episode.
how people can tune into these streams and actually learn something. Like, this is fucking great, because we've got this, and a few streams ago we had those fucking, like, astrology discussions at the very end of it, and all sorts of things. This stream is pretty impressive sometimes. Well done,
I
guys.
would say every once in a while, like, we go on weird tangents, and then we actually learn really good shit.
Every once in a while we go on weird tangents.
Everyone.
Blue Moon.
No, the
Fuck
go on
you,
weird
Sal.
tangents and learn shit. Not just go on tangents.
Trying to saying if you type in blue blood on Wikipedia, Prince Blue Blood shows up as one of the things you might be referring to.
Hey! Nice.
Ponies will eventually take over everything.
Yep. Christ almighty.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
Alright.
See you, dude.
Bye.
We
Go
should
right.
be wrapping this up in a couple of minutes anyway, so.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
am
say.
gonna go right. I wanna get Prince of Dust done.
Yay! Stop.
Gotta write those horse words.
Yes.
I assume.
Gotta write
Yes,
I'll
it is.
speak from
It's
it.
awesome horse words.
Gotta write fast.
Definitely. Yeah, Who Fields and McColts was neat as well because I basically went looked up all kinds of fictional hillbillies and stuff. Was like, hey, look, references to these hillbillies. It was also there was some really beautiful animation stuff in there where they start fighting and they're on the river at the base of the hill, and then as they slowly move up the hill, you just slowly the devastation changes and how the one side is it's lots of trees and it's all green and the other side is just all stumps. I loved the animation in that. I thought it was really cool. Also, I got to make a Jane Austen joke and that made me very happy.
That's always good.
So, I just want to say real quick, while looking up blue Fugits, I found an amazing Tumblr called Shares from Your Aunt.
Oh, of course.
Which is hilarious. I've never heard of this before, but I found it by accident. It's really funny parodies of shit you see on Facebook. I'm gonna go and post it in the public chat so people can see when eventually they get around to hearing us talk about it.
I was
also
gonna
put
say
it in the private chats that Ferret can see it. Also, people were talking about
it, so.
it is
there you
not
go. It's in the
porphyria. Porphyria is a condition that also nobles suffer from, I think, due to inbreeding. That was a different thing. That turns your shit purple. So that's not,
Oh.
all right.
not the same thing. Yeah, that's what King George had. It also drives him mad, which is also what King George had. So,
Yep.
yeah. King George III. He lost the colonies and his mind. Yay!
Hooray!
Fantastic. But at least his shit was fabulous. So.
I was gonna say, it would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, this Tumblr. Cheesy Sawdust Surprise. 4 16-ounce boxes of Velveeta cheese, 1 large bag of Funyuns, generics are fine, 2 pounds of shredded newspaper. This act says, the sawdust, but don't tell the kids. 1 16-ounce bag of frozen corn, 2 16-ounce bags of marshmallows. Optional. Place all ingredients in a large casserole dish. Mix well, cook at 325 for 90 minutes until the cheese is melty and the shredded newspaper is lightly brown. Serve warm with President's Choice black cherry soda.
I just like
There's a lot of really great stuff on here.
Yeah, this is a pretty special. This is like the bloody oh god, what was it? best religious fan art. Tumblr.
Yes, that's
That
that's
thing
my
was
favorite Tumblr of all time.
beautiful.
Oh,
my
God.
god,
Bar
that thing
bar
is
none.
exquisite.
That's my favorite Tumblr.
I just the Sonic where he's getting the things getting nailed to the cross and rings are coming out. That's beautiful.
That's my favorite picture from that post
Beautiful.
because the level of detail is like totally unnecessary for the picture, but it makes it so much more beautiful.
I just love the fact that someone A thought of Sonic being Jesus and B like realized that
Was
actually he's being hurt. He should have rings falling out of him right now.
Yeah, they took the time to not only think Sonic should be Jesus, but he's still Sonic.
Yeah, he's still Sonic. Sonic
That's the
and
important
Jesus.
part.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Sonic Christ, please.
Sonic Christ.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
Almost as good as
Oh
that
my
fucking
God.
picture of Sonic and the furry giving birth to Rainbow Dash.
Oh no, it's Sonic and a lady from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh
And
yeah,
she's
Bulma.
pregnant. Yeah, no, it's not. I don't think it's Bulma. I think it's someone else. But she's
Oh, is it
pregnant
Chi-Chi?
with baby Ray. Maybe. Yes, I think it is. Chi-Chi is.
I've seen a
Goku's
couple
wife.
versions of that picture.
Right. Of course, there are multiple versions
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Sonic and Dragon Ball Z wife giving birth to Rainbow Dash. Of course, there are multiple.
Well, no, like I've seen one where it's Chi-Chi from DBZ. I've seen one where it's like a random furry.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying to think what else.
The
I
internet.
don't know.
Why? Also, you would not believe the number of fucking Sonic fics that get submitted to FimFic. So,
I probably would.
no, you would not. The other thing you would not believe is how many goddamn diaper stories get sent in.
I
It
would,
is
because I hang out with Eldorado.
fucking insane. It is just, oh my god, FimFic, please. FimFic, please. Like, I don't even care. Like, being a story approver, I don't give a shit about the level of grammar in most of these stories. Like, yeah, people are bad at grammar, but they could be like 13, they could be Russian, whatever.
Yeah.
Some people are bad at grammar. But no matter what, there's no logical reason for you to like the idea of Rainbow Dash wearing a poopy diaper. That's not logical. That's not it. No, just FimFic. Why? Why FimFic? Just please.
You don't want to get into this topic, dude. I study fetishes for kicks.
Yeah. Wow.
And I can totally explain that to you.
I'd rather you didn't.
I know. That's why I'm saying you don't want to get into this.
Christ almighty. I think with that, we're probably going to have to bring this stream to a close.
Yeah, it seems like a good question to leave off on. Why?
Yeah, I was going to say, we got to end on the high note. Or the brown note.
The brown note. Beautiful.
Or the purple note.
Hey! Fucking fantastic. We got tons of comedy tonight.
Oh, dude, yes.
Anyway, time for us to end the stream, people. We've got Alex back for a whole 1.5 hours, so yay! Now
and
he's off
not
to disappear.
dead.
Well, yet. The Thunder Monster hasn't gotten him quite yet.
No. Eventually the Thunder Monster will succeed.
It gets everybody.
It's time for him to disappear for another 4 fucking months.
You're
basically Seattle Light at this point.
Right? Has he been back since I've been gone?
He has been back. He was back about a week ago.
Oh.
Yeah, he came back and chatted, shot the shit. It was great.
We should start texting Alex every time Seattle comes back, just so he can miss it by 5 minutes.
I will totally start.